Hello, craft people. How are you doing today? It's Jen, and we are getting some pretty bad winds. So if the power goes out, I do have a secondary device recording it. So I always do that now because I've had that happen a couple times. I'm trying to get my cable out of the way. My phone likes to die during my lives, and I'm trying to get my cable out of the way. There we go. Okay, so today I thought I would do something a little bit different. I traced a ballerina picture on here. This is just a flat canvas. I thought I'd do a palette knife painting. I don't know if you can see that. If you want, when I'm done, I could trace it. Sometimes if you want to, you could take a still of this, or I'll take a still of it and you print it out on regular paper and you could trace it over with tracing paper and then copy it onto your canvas. You can also do the same kind of thing, and I wouldn't use a palette knife though, but same kind of thing on a, sorry, I was doing some more projects. I'm moving my projects out of the way. On a shirt or a tote bag, or an even larger canvas. I have a very large canvas I'm working on, and I think I'm going to do this. And see how it goes today. So let's get started. So I have the ballerina figure. I hope you guys can see. Wow, it's got quite, I don't see shadows on my board, but I see shadows in the live. Sorry about that. But I do have a ballerina drawn on here. It's kind of sketched on here. They do have, if you have Procreate and you're lucky enough to have that iPad able to do Procreate, then you can definitely sketch something and print it out. You just have to set the parameters for it. So anyway, let's get started. So I have just white, I have turquoise, and I have modeling paste. So maybe not modeling paste. I have some thickener. So I have matte gel medium, and this is what I'm using to thicken up my acrylic paints. So if you want to, you can get this. If not, you just use normal acrylic paints, and you do not have to use a palette knife, but I like the abstract look of it. I like the freeing of it. It's not so exact. For this little parts up here, I may switch to a brush. Other than that, we are going to go to a palette knife. So I'm just going to cover the skin, and I'll put the white on later, and I won't even care if I go out of the lines here. I'm just going to be real careful and try not to go out of the lines. It's really hard with the with a palette knife, but I know you guys can do it. And I'm left-handed. Is it showing you left-handed on there? I don't know if I flip my... I don't like to look up too much, because if I look up too much, then I start goofing off on my painting, and I don't concentrate as much as I probably should. So this is just a peach color. I don't have like a skin tone really color. I'm just using this kind of peachy color, and we're just getting the impression that there's skin there. So, and the other thing I like to do is pick my painting up and paint. I like to do it like this. So if it bugs you that I'm doing that, I'm sorry. But you do whatever works for you. So you don't, like, I've had students, and I didn't realize that when I put easels out in my painting classes, they felt like they had to use the easels, and you don't have to. So, and I didn't even think about it, and I didn't know why everybody was just using it, and they were not comfortable. Some of them weren't comfortable with it, and I was like, then why are you using it? And they're like, well, we thought we had to. And I'm like, oh my goodness, no. You don't have to. You don't have to. But anyway, that's what happened. So you don't have to use the easel. And sometimes it's easier if I don't, because I mean, if I'm doing a big project, like the big project I'm doing that I'll show you guys later when I'm done with it, I'm not using it. It is so big. I mean, literally, it can't fit in an easel. It's just so gigantically large. But maybe I will eventually, if I could Gosh, if they're on sale, they're a little pricey. But I'd like a floor standing one, especially a big wood one. And then I could be able to film like me standing there painting. I'm just picturing me like being like a Bob Ross. But what I do in my paint parties actually is I'll paint a technique and I'll paint it as I'm walking around. I'll hold my canvas and paint, and that's very comfortable for me to do. I'm not saying that you guys do that. I'm just saying it's comfortable for me to walk around and paint. So everybody has their own way. And if you haven't been here before, which we have a few new people on here, if you haven't been here before, I just use for my palette, I just use a cardboard, you know, from Amazon packaging or wherever I got the cardboard from. I just use for my palette. And I think you can, you know, one of my things you can see it. Actually, I'm getting my phone on under one of my channels here. Let me move my phone so we don't get the phone necessarily. There. Is that better? I think that's better. I think you guys can see it a little better, and it's not in my feed in my other. I'm looking at my phone at my other feed. So you know what I really need is more room. I'm like completely out of room in this area. So I'm just doing the skin, and it's okay if we get the if we get it on her, whatever her clothes might be, because we can go back. I'm going to go back later and go over the top of it. Okay, so that's her face, that's her hair, that's her feet, and you can put shoes on her, whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. And yes, we will be doing the background. So I'm trying to decide what color I want. Really kind of been obsessed with this turquoise color. So another thing with palette knife painting is that I usually don't wash my brushes or my knives off. I just kind of wipe it on. And some of you have already noticed that instead of throwing my kids and whatever, my socks away that have holes in them, I just wash them and then I use them to wipe off my paintbrushes and stuff. And that way I have, you know, something there. So I'm thinking I'm going to leave her dress white. So I actually mixed up a little bit of this thickening, and I think I need to use a little more white because this thickener is actually white, but it will dry clear, so it will not affect your paint color at all. If you think it will, it won't. Just don't worry about that. When you're trying stuff out, even with some of you newbies, I think that the best thing for you to do, oh my goodness, my white is running out. I always run out of white. The best thing for you to do is buy a mixed media pad. So I think I have one sitting over here. A mixed media pad will give you that freedom of not feeling like you have to have a professional painting on a canvas. It will allow you, there you go, here's my mixed media pad. Okay, so here's the mixed media pad I use. This is perfect. It will hold up to acrylic paints, watercolors, pen, and ink. And also, by the way, those alcohol inks, they work very well on that. So I would get that mainly because you can just be free enough to experiment and try new things. And if you don't like it, you just turn the page or you throw it away. And if you do love it, you can tear it out. They have little perforations in there to tear out. Ooh, I got a little bit much on there, didn't I? To tear out. And then you can hang that on the wall. So all I'm doing is I just got that thickener on this paint, and I may go over it again, and I'm just adding paint and putting it on. So adding paint and putting it on and making that pattern. Okay, so what I'm going to do at the end when I put the background in is I may wait till it's dry and then do some white over the top, or I just may let it do its thing. May just go around the boundaries of it. Okay, so this is a really easy painting to do if you're just starting out and you want to try palette knife. And again, what I was talking about is this month we were doing a lot of fabric stuff, and I had done some fabric stuff without filming it, which I should have filmed it for you guys. But you can do just about any of these paintings that I've shown you in this group and just convert it and use those tracers I put in your files there to make it into a t-shirt or whatever you want. Now, palette knife painting, I have not tried to do palette knife painting on a piece of fabric. And so that'll be a challenge for me to try, and I may try that before sometime this year, I'm going to make myself try it. I will challenge myself to try it because I think it would be really interesting to see what it works and what doesn't work. I'm thinking it may, I don't know if the thickeners will work. Has anybody in here in this group used thickeners and palette knife painting on a fabric? I don't know. This is a this is a fabric, a canvas panel. But I do have some heavy cotton, really nice canvases that were gessoed over, that were cotton. So I wonder, I don't know, I'm going to have to experiment. I wonder if you could do that. So I was thinking, with all of these little cute ruffles and stuff, that at the end I may put some glitter in her tutu. What do you guys think? Probably a good idea, huh? Now, if you guys have any friends that you'd like to invite that you think might enjoy this group, please invite them. I'm always glad to have somebody else on here. The only thing I ask you is please have them read the rules. You cannot solicit your own business on here. And if I'm giving you tracers and stuff, know that I have rights to those and you do not have rights to sell them. So whoever's coming on here, just know that that's one of my rules. So I made this group so people could enjoy different mediums and have a closed community that people will be confident to be able to share their work on. So that's my goal. I'm going to continue to build this page, this group up of these women on here, or men, whoever wants to join. And I appreciate it if you would keep that in mind. But other than that, and yes, please, come on. And pretty soon, in a couple months, we're going to start having challenges. And that means that I'm going to show you a painting like this. And this may be our first challenge. Okay? You watch the challenge. You watch the painting. And when you do it, you post it on here. And I'll pick a winner. Probably once a month I'll do that. So maybe this will be challenge 1. I have prizes. So if you really pay attention to the technique, it's not that hard. I'm just putting globs on the end basically, and I'm pulling it down and making these indentations. Now with thicker paint you can do that without putting the thickener in there. You don't really need to put the thickener in there when you're using a palette knife sometimes. And some of my paintings I don't have thickeners in. I just have the paint and I just pulled the knife through it to make those cute and pretty little things on my painting. So I'm going to try my best not to wear this painting. Because I end up, if you've been in my classes, then you know the struggle. The struggle is I usually end up wearing half of this paint. Even if I'm not painting, I end up wearing the paint. And I don't know, I'm just accident prone, I guess. So I may be getting close to not having enough paint. I thought for sure this would be enough, but palette knife painting is, it takes a lot of paint to get this done. Well, you guys, if you're not local, you missed the last class. It was, well, actually my last class was, you actually missed 2 classes if you're local. This last one I did was wool felting. I taught the art guild here how to make needle felted gnomes, which was very, very fun. A lot of them have never seen it up close. They've seen it on Pinterest and maybe some art shows, but they've actually never seen it done in person. So that was kind of interesting to see their take on it, and working in a group of established artists. It was very interesting to see what kind of ideas they had while they were watching and trying out this new medium for them. So very, very interesting feedback I got from that class, which was actually very fun. I enjoyed meeting all the new people and the local artists, and some of them were very, very, very talented people here. So hopefully we'll reach out to them a little bit more. And a lot of them haven't heard of online crafting, so I'll get them interested in maybe sharing some of their talent on here. Or some of you, if some of you have a talent that you're hiding there, that you're not sharing, maybe you want to be a guest artist on here, let me know. Oh, I dipped my paintbrush in something and I'm spreading it, but anyway, it came out really pretty. Okay, so I'm going to add some more white, and then I'm going to do the top. But I kind of had a theme. I was going to let that dry a little bit before I added the top, but I just changed my mind. Boy, I have no room on here. I'm sorry. I just keep. There we go. You know, every time I start painting, I have someone that walks in, no matter what. The kids are at school, but William's driving now, so he should be bringing Anna home. And I'm hoping that they don't just barge in, which they usually do. So I apologize in advance if they do, which is, it doesn't really bother me because they hear me talking and they'll know not to say anything. But if they do, they do. It is what it is. I think everybody here understands. Because we are mamas, right? And some of our kids have already gone, grown up and left. That's okay. All right. I dipped my brush into the paint again, or my palette knife. So I was thinking I'd leave her top white. I don't know. What do you guys think? White? I think I was going to leave it simple. Oop, I got a little bit more on there than I thought. Keep it simple. Isn't that one of the rules? Keep it simple. I'm going to try not to pull that paint down with me, which I just did. It's okay. If it is, it is, right? I wish I could wear a dress like this. So when it dries a little more, I'm going to have her dress go up a little bit higher. So I'm going to let that sit for a minute or two. Maybe I'll attempt it. I'll probably regret attempting it. So maybe up her on her back a little bit, and maybe up here, so we don't have her boobs showing. Okay. So pretty. I love the abstract. It's just, when you look at it up close, you're not quite sure what you're looking at, but when you look at it from far away, from a little bit of a distance, it's so beautiful. And you can kind of form your own opinions on that, but that's basically it, you guys. That's it for the body. And then I'm going to go back, and when it's drier, I'll probably put a little bit more detail in here. I can kind of If I work it too much, I'm going to scrape the paint off, and you'll be able to see underneath a lot, but that's okay. Then we'll do the hair. I think I may do maybe a gold, maybe blonde or brown. I haven't decided yet. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the background. And I'm thinking I'm going to do, because I'm just so into that turquoise. I'm thinking turquoise and gold. Thinking I do gold up here. Let's see what that looks like. I was thinking I'd put some red glitter or gold glitter in her dress. Maybe I should do pink. A pink? Think a pink would be nice right there. I'm thinking a pink might be nice. I'm thinking I'm going to get some pink and mix it with my thickener. I have a pink over here somewhere. Maybe a lighter pink. Okay, I have a gold. Gold on top or pink? Let's try gold on top. Maybe I'll go with the turquoise on bottom. I don't know. I was thinking pink. Maybe I'll get away with the pink. I'll go away with the pink. And I'll just do gold on top and turquoise on bottom. So this is just craft paint. It's just called metallic gold. It's kind of a cheap paint that I'm going to mix a little bit in with my thickener. And we're just going to go from there. So one of the things that I'm going to be doing is some of you are already on my craft box, but I think I'm going to start here. Some of you are on my craft box, and I'm going to be doing a similar thing with the soapbox, but it's going to be themed. So every month it's going to have a different theme. And I'm aiming towards moms, people that, you know, are needing a hug. I'm thinking about calling it, I don't know what you guys think, farm hug, farm box, soapbox. I don't want to say soapbox per se. But every month it's going to have a little gifts in it, and a balm, a soap, a balm, and then other accessories in there. Something to kind of make everybody feel good about, you know, you need to, moms are stressed and they need to pamper themselves, and they're busy and they don't have time to do a lot of things for themselves. And I thought this would be a good way to reach out to those people and reward them. And they need to reward themselves. So I thought this would be a good way to do it. And I've noticed a lot of people have problems with their skin. And I have natural stuff. So I thought this would be a good way to give yourself a gift of relaxation at least once a month, and pamper yourself. Get yourself something for you. So sometimes it may be a mug, Land of Milk and Honey mug, or sometimes it would be one of our bookmarks, a bath pillow, bath salts. I don't know if you guys want to think and help with that. Know what you think about that, but I have already started putting it together, and it would help a lot because I'm going to be doing that pretty soon with marketing and stuff. It would help a lot if you guys gave me some input about what you like in those kind of boxes. And I think I'm going to make it so that, you know, you can start and stop, or you can just order that month's box instead of being on a, you know, if you want to be on the subscription monthly thing, then that's fine. But I think I'm going to make it so you can you know, choose to be on it or not. So I think sometimes you can afford it, and sometimes you just can't. And I understand that. But I do need that. I do think that people need to let themselves have things that are nice and pamper yourself once in a while. And kind of like a hug in a box. So that's what I was going to go for. Hug in a box. Now I'm taking, this is gold, and it's not like shiny like I like. And I'm just adding a little more white to it because it's just not like shiny like I wanted it. So I'm going to flip this around and do the same thing on this side and kind of take that gold and pull it. And yes, a lot of times I do have my thumbprints in these paintings. And my skin is like dyed from this last painting project that I did, so don't like wear it off. I'm trying to get all my little things to go the same way, although I don't think it will when I get close to the skin over here. So I'm gonna, when I start pushing this out, this box out, theme box, I'm going to give you guys first dibs on it, like an early bird special kind of thing. Because the people that order it early will get a secret little prize. So each month will be different. There will be different little things in there. Maybe like a hug from Nebraska. Farm box hug. I think I may add more white. Yeah, I'm going to add more. Like I said, these paintings, palette knife paintings, usually you're going to use a lot of paint. It's the one downside that I've noticed with this palette knife painting is you use a lot of paint, but it's so beautiful when it's done and dried. And by the way, what I've noticed is when you're doing, oh geez, I don't know if I can get that cord in there. I don't want the cord in there. When you're doing this flow medium to make it thicker, it takes a lot longer to dry. Just so you know, when you're in a metallic paint too, it takes so much longer to dry. So just keep that in mind, and maybe when you're doing it, you might want to have a blow dryer near you so that you could go ahead and blow dry your painting. I like to do these in steps like this. So we did the girl, we did the skin, we did the dress, and now we're doing the outside. And I'm kind of taking my time. So take your time, don't rush it, let the process happen. Sometimes your painting will not come together until the end, okay? So I have a rule in a lot of my painting classes that I've done, and don't judge it. Don't judge your painting, don't judge your neighbor's painting until the end. Okay? Until the end. Wait until you're completely done. And I have done a lot of paint parties and stuff, and every time we get the same people, even the same people that know better still kind of doubt the process. But when they're done, it's so beautiful when they're done. It comes together. It's okay. And I can come in a little bit more. I'm kind of being a little shy on my paint there. I'm hitting the borders right there, and then what I'm doing is I'm going back and I'm using the tip of that palette knife to get those painting things the same, the lines the same way. And if you don't have palette knives, If you look in my, I put a link to some of my painting tutorials in this group. I think it's the rooster one, the heart one, and one more. I put links to the stuff that I'm using. But you can find a lot of these palette knives at Michael's, at Walmart now, and I even saw some at the dollar store, Dollar General. So there's no excuse for you not to have these supplies. And if you do order from me, I do have a link on Amazon. And again, I've told you before, if it won't cost you any more to get it from me. I do get a little tiny kickback from it. It's just a page. It'll take you to a link that says Jen's recommended stuff. Okay. Now, should I go with green? I mean green. What am I thinking? Should I go with the turquoise? Well, I guess it is a green, huh? I'm looking at it and I'm thinking green. For the bottom, or should I go pink? What should I do here? What do you think? What do you guys think? Pink? Turquoise? I'm thinking maybe turquoise. I don't know. Pink would be nice too. I had turquoise ready, but I'm thinking I might do pink since it's like a springy kind of time of year. Yeah, maybe I'll try it. Okay, don't judge me. I'm going to take this and move this a little bit because it's driving me nuts. I keep bumping it. Okay, so I'm going to get another palette, which, by the way, it's just a Amazon box, basically, and cardboard. Okay, so I cleaned my knife off, and I'm going to get some more of this thickener. Boy, I'm going to have to buy more. Goes pretty quick when you're doing a painting. Okay, so I'm going to get thickener. Remember, it dries clear. Dries clear. It will not affect the color of your paint, even though it looks white in there. Alright, so I'm going to do 2 globs. One pink. And one white, because, you know, I use a lot of white. I'm trying to use this bottle up. And I'm trying not to get it all over me, so hopefully I won't get it on me today, which I already got some on my finger. Which, by the way, you guys, baby wipes are like the bomb. Baby wipes are the bomb. Okay, I use baby wipes on all my painting projects. Baby wipes to make it antique looking. Baby wipes to get it out of your clothes. Baby wipes to get it off the floor. So, get baby wipes. I mean, it saved me I don't know how many times. Oops, what's that? What is that? How'd that get there? Okay. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is get my thickener, and I'm going to mix it with my pink. My pink is kind of taken over there. And I'm going to take a little bit of that white. And I'm not going to mix it all the way on my palette. I did a little bit, but not all the way. So I kind of want it to blend on its own, just like that. Okay, because we want it really... Oops, I'm pushing too hard. Now, I'm pushed too hard on there, and I don't know if you saw what I did, but when I pushed on it, it scraped the paint off of the palette, off the canvas. So be wary of that. If you're pushing too hard, you're going to start seeing the underlying canvas board or whatever you're using on. If you're going to be attempting to do something like this, painting on a regular canvas, it's going to be a little difficult. Palette knife painting is really good for hard surfaces like wood. Okay, so this is a canvas panel, not a canvas like you would think. It's a panel board. So that's ideal if you're going to be doing palette knife painting. Now I love the way that this looks already, so I'm glad I chose the pink. So I want you guys to think about this, and you guys, you have a month to do this project, and don't worry, but if you do the project and it doesn't matter what medium, you can do it on a piece of paper, your mixed media pad, or whatever it is you want to work on. Post it on this group. It could be a t-shirt too. I was just thinking this would be really cute on a t-shirt. This would be really cute in like a girl's room. Anyway, any thing like a board, you know, it'd be really, really, really cute on a gift card if you're going to do a card with this technique on there. Now, you can use a credit card. I've taught that before in my classes. You do not have to have a palette knife. You could actually use a plastic knife. Anything with like a hard edge on it, you could try to use. And I'm just going to add a few white here and there. I'm about ready to flip this over and work from the other side. Like I said, I like to pick my canvases up and walk around with them and show painting techniques while I'm walking around. Maybe that's why I have it all over me. I'm going to kind of go up into my tutu a little bit. Okay. So this is a cute little basic painting. I'm going really slow. I can go really fast too, but I don't want to go too fast. So I don't want you guys to get frustrated, but sometimes with palette knife painting, the faster you go, the better your painting's going to turn out. So I'm just pushing down and pulling to get that line right there, and then going back and scraping. See that? Okay. So hope you guys like that. So if you see me advertising, you'll know what I'm doing about my craft boxes and about these soap of the month. I will not be releasing any spot, and I have limited spots too for this soap of the month because I can only make so much. So I'm going to be putting waiting lists out. So if you're interested, sign up right away. And if you, when I put the wait list sign up sheet out, the people that actually sign up to do the box, the first couple people will get a free gift. But you guys will have first choice, first dibs. There we go. All right, you guys. What do you guys think so far? If you're A-type personality, I know this is probably driving you nuts. This is a good medium to get over that, though. Okay? I mean, there are people in my classes that are A personalities, and they have to have, like, their realism. They have to have it this way, this way, this way, or they can't do it. But art is supposed to be relaxing, therapeutic, and this is a good way to get your personality, if you're like that. If this is a good way to kind of practice relaxing. It's not supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to be abstract and freeing. Now, I'm going to be doing a very large, like I said, I can't even put it in a canvas, it's so big, project with the same kind of painting. Okay, let me flip this around. I know I'm going to wear it. I know my thumb's going to get on it. So far, this is what we have. Okay? What do you guys think? Did you like the... Ooh, you know what? I just noticed that my floor is a little bit wonky. That's okay. I know it'll drive me nuts, though, if I don't fix it a little bit. Yep, that's what I get when I do it live, huh? Okay, so I fixed the floor a little bit right there. And this is another opportunity if you want to do like little squigglies like I just did there, or however you want to do. Whatever you want to do is fine. You can make all kinds of little lines and stuff in here. If you want to, if you're brave enough and you want to try, you can put some shading down here, maybe some darker spots down here. Maybe put some brown and make a little shade. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and put some hair in there. I need to wash my hands off a little bit. I got it all over my fingers. Okay, so what do you guys think so far? So far so good. I hope you guys like it. And I'm thinking about what color of hair do I want to put on her. So let me get my other camera up here. So hopefully they can see that. You guys can see that. Okay. All right, so let's see here. What are we thinking about the color? Should I stick with brown? I think I may stick with brown. Do I have any brown? Oh, yeah, I do. I get brown near me. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows what I'm doing, right? All right. So I'm going to hold this up like this. Hopefully you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. Let's see. I may... Let's just use one of these dots. I may use a dot thing to get the brown on there because it's such a small spot. Okay, let's see if I get it on there without making a big terrible mess. Now all I did was dip my end of my palette knife into white. I did not mix it. I just dipped it into white. So it's actually mixing as I'm painting it. The one thing that you should be aware of is the more you sit here and mess with your paints, the more you mess with them on the board, the more it's going to look muddled. And you want it to be freeing and, you know, not quite real, you know, but from a distance you kind of know what it is. So that's what we're going for here. I'm going for just, you don't even have to put hair on her if you don't want to. I did, but you don't have to. Okay, you can just leave it however you want. Maybe she's got curly hair and maybe her head's turned a little bit. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. I'm just making it curly, and maybe there's a bun back here, and maybe she's flying in the air and she's doing her stuff. Okay, so you can take that same brown and kind of make shadow on there if you want to. You don't have to, but it kind of gives it a little bit more to look at. Not that she has, you know, hairy armpit or anything. Just to kind of give it a little shadow. I'm going to wipe some of that off. A little bit back here. All I'm doing is I dipped it just a little bit in that brown, and I'm kind of mixing it a little bit with the pink, and I'm just putting little squigglies in here. Okay. She's free and she's dancing. And no one cares, right? No one is bothering her. So that's kind of what I wanted, to have that freeing kind of feeling when you're looking at her. So we're going to go back. That's really pretty. Now you can leave it like that, or you can come back and just put some more detail in here if you want. And I think my kid's home. Take some more of that. Just kind of loosen that up a little. Okay, what do you guys think? You guys think you can do that? You guys think you can do that? I think you can. I think you can do that. I think you can do it. So we add just a couple little things. I was going to add some glitter, which I promised to add glitter. So in order for me to get glitter on there, I may have to use a brush to get it on there. And you can be fancy and use different color glitter on your dress, or you can paint little flowers on there. Boy, I can't open my glitter up at all. I don't know what's going on here. It doesn't want to open. It wants to be stubborn and not open. Oh my. It is just a pain in the butt to get this thing open. There we go. Okay, so I don't know if my palette knife is going to handle that. I think I may switch to a brush to do it. Let's see. I have a brush that I can use for that. Just a regular brush. Okay, so I'm going to get this out. It may, I don't know if this is, oh, it's so thick. Well, let's see if it'll work. Wish me luck. I hope it's not even getting on there. Yeah, I'm going to have to wait till it dries, I think. Maybe I should just go with metallic paint. Maybe I'll go with metallic. I think I will. I think I'll go with metallic red. If I can find it, I will use it. Some metallic red, or even a metallic pink. This is a metallic pink. See what this looks like. Okay, got my metallic pink. Let's see what we can do with this. Excuse me. Yeah, I'll be putting glitter on this later. It needs glitter. Needs some glitter. What do you guys think so far? She's got great extension in her arms. That's what I'm thinking. Now, if you are wanting to put like lace in there, like a ribbon blowing back there, you can. I mean, because this is really easy to do that if you wanted to do it. All right. So what do you guys think? You guys think you can do it? You think I should put a flower in her hair? I'm pretty sure that I have a kid that would want a little flower or something in her hair up here. I'm just dotting it so it has like a little ring around her bun there. Okay. I don't know what else to put except when it's dry I'll be putting some glitter on there so it won't stick because it's too wet. So I hope you guys like that, and accept the challenge. Paint it on there. Paint your rendition of this, and your you have 1 month to do it. So the end of, let's see, today is the end of, the end of March, so the end of April. So go ahead and pick a medium you want to use. You can do watercolor, you can do fabric painting, you can do wood burning, you can do mixed media, whatever it is. Make it like this and post it on there. In the end of the month I'll have a prize for someone that posted. So consider doing that. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys try it. I'll get a picture when this is dry, and then I'll put the glitter on it later. All right. Thank you. Bye.